This is Eric Brotman, the host of Don't Retire, Graduate, the podcast that asks you what you want to be when you grow up so you can graduate into retirement with a purpose and with passion. Welcome to our Diary of a Financial Advisor segment, where we interview financial advisors about their professional journeys and their passion for helping others succeed. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Jillian Howell. Jillian joined BFG Financial Advisors back in March 2025, bringing a fresh perspective and a strong foundation in communication to her role as a client service associate. A graduate of the University of Maryland, College Park, Jillian earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication Studies with a minor in General Business in 2020. Since entering the financial services industry, she's been committed to helping clients feel supported and informed on their journey to financial well-being. When she's not in the office, you'll find her skiing, planning her next travel adventure, or spending time outdoors with her golden retriever, Bo. Jillian, I'm sorry Bo couldn't join us today, but welcome to Don't Retire, Graduate.
Thanks for having me.
So, Jillian, this is your first foray into podcasting. I'm delighted that you've agreed to do this. Why don't you share a little bit about your story and how you fell into this industry, first and foremost?
Sure. So I come from a family of pharmacists, so I always knew that was not the route that I wanted to go. But I've always been a math person. My high school mentor kind of held my hand and got me involved in the business world. So that was always something that I was interested in, but I never quite knew what I actually wanted to do myself. I know that I always wanted to be financially independent and have a job that I look forward to, getting up every day to go to. You know, I don't want to be miserable waking up every day for my job. So I started out at Rowe Price in the call center. It built some character, and the call center was definitely a challenging experience. But that definitely kind of led me towards the customer service role and making sure that the information that we provide to clients is accurate and just being super knowledgeable about whatever it is at that point in time. You know, when I was there, it was workplace retirement accounts, and I've been able to expand my knowledge now. I know a little bit about annuities. Definitely still have a lot to learn there, and I have my insurance license, so getting to work with Dan and learn more about insurance here in the office as well. So it's been really great. But retirement planning, I think, has always been an interest of mine. I've always enjoyed working with old folks.
Old folks. Okay. So as I'm planning to graduate into retirement, you're talking about me. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You know, payback is, right? At any rate, it's nice that you bring not only the knowledge of a big company environment, because this is clearly not that, and it's designed to be not that. But some of the skills you learn, I mean, my first job out of college was also in a large wirehouse environment, and it wasn't my jam, so to speak. I really wanted a smaller environment where I could make a difference and play a big role. And in only, I mean, it's less than a year. It's been half a year you've been here, and you've already taken on some additional responsibilities, some additional things that you feel enthusiastic about, insurance being one of them. So this is a place where a lot of clients don't like to think about it. People don't like to talk about it all the time. No one's at their water cooler bragging about their insurance policy, but it's an important part of financial planning. So for you to tackle that, having come in kind of green in that space, what's that like?
It's challenging for sure, especially working with Dan, somebody that's been doing this for years. I definitely recognize that I have a lot of learning to do, a lot of growth. So I like to say that at this point in my career, I'm just trying to be a sponge. I'm trying to take in as much knowledge as I can. And I want to be an expert before I'm in front of a client talking to them about something. I want to be confident in the information I'm providing, in if it's a product that I'm talking to them about. I want to know all the ins and outs of it. I want to be an expert. So I recognize that I'm not at that stage yet. So just being a sponge and taking in as much as I can, working with people that are more experienced, has definitely been super helpful for me in this stage.
So it's very wise not to guess, right? I mean, a lot of us learn, we learned in school back in the day, fake it till you make it. If you do that in this business, people will get hurt and bad things will happen. So I'm glad that you're not taking that approach. That's a lovely thing. Now, a lot of us gradually achieve this why in this business. And we've had a lot of members of our team on the diary segments talking about their why and what this career means to them, what the firm means to them, what working with clients means to them. Have you begun to formulate that why in your head? I know it's early, but do you have a sense of this is why I choose to make this? Not just that you don't hate your job, which is a lovely thing. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Even though you have to work in close proximity to yours truly, and that's difficult. But have you started to discover what that why looks like?
So I spoke earlier about my high school mentor. He was really kind of the one that got me into the business field. And I just have always felt kind of lost with what I wanted to do. And he really kind of gave me that guidance towards the business field. He knew someone at Rowe Price, which is how I ended up getting the job there. And when I was working for Rowe Price, he unexpectedly passed away from a heart attack I think he was in his 50s. It was really unexpected. And now I kind of just think like everything that I do, I want him to be looking down and be proud of me about what I'm doing.
Wow.
And I know that he would be really proud to see where I am now. And I think that motivates me a lot. Like, I, of course, want to make my parents proud, and I know that they are proud of me, but somebody like that they're in the industry and, we really got to know each other on a personal level, that for right now is my why.
I love that. And your folks are going to see this. Your daughter's a rock star, and we're very glad to have her. That's true. Although I have never said that about anyone else on the diary segment, so I'm not going to say it again. So just you, don't tell anyone. As your career advances, you're working with more and more families all across the country. You're helping solve some logistical things, some technical things. Your world is very, very detail oriented. And for me, I have a hard time multitasking. I think it's the Y chromosome actually, but I have a hard time multitasking without feeling like I'm not concentrating. How are you managing what I liken to a 9-headed hydra? You might liken it to just a barrage, an avalanche of emails or messages or things. How do you determine your sense of focus when things are coming at you in so many different directions?
Definitely have to know how to prioritize things. Sending a beneficiary change form is not going to have the same priority as somebody that called in and is requesting a distribution that they need for a down payment on a home. Working on things like that, knowing where in the line of priority that things can fall, I think is super important. And then also just being able to really kind of tune other things out. Emails are popping up, other tasks are popping up, being able to tune that stuff out and just focus on what it is that you're working on then, I think is really important as well.
I mean, I think a lot of people watching don't realize that our CSA team, our client service associate team, is 4 amazing humans and caring for close to 800 families, which is an enormous lift. When you think about it, the varied needs that people have at different times, and again, some of them are time sensitive, as you mentioned. So you're prioritizing. Are you feeling like you're getting a chance to meet and get to know some clients, or do they still feel a little behind the veil because it's mostly DocuSigns these days and it's a little less of a human interaction? Are you feeling some of that?
I think within the past 2 months, probably I've felt more of the veil kind of fallen down. I've gotten the chance to talk with clients on the phone, kind of get to know their situation a bit more. I actually had the chance to go into one of the meetings and meet with a couple clients one day. I was picking up some checks they dropped off and finally got the chance to see them face to face after doing rollover calls with them. So that was super nice. So I think as time goes on and I am becoming more trusted by the team as well, they are more willing to bring me in and start those relationships too, which I'm super excited about.
All right. So your bio includes some personal stuff. So I'm going to get personal with you because your parents are watching and I feel like we need to do this. Where do you like to ski?
So I just started my West Coast extravaganza. I went to Vail and Breckenridge last year. I'm going to Park City in 2026 with a friend, but I've been to Killington in Vermont. I went to Stowe in Vermont. But I grew up skiing Liberty and Wisp right here in Maryland. That was how I learned to ski.
All right. Well, Vail and Breckenridge are not West Coast. That's like, come on. That's not West Coast.
That's West compared to us.
Well, it's West compared to us.
What I'm used to.
All right. Well, so if you're doing all of these dangerous activities, are you also zorbing and paragliding and jumping out of helicopters and stuff?
Not yet. I would like to at some point. I asked my dad for his 50th to go skydiving with me, but he wanted to live a little bit more. So I'm still trying to find somebody to go with me.
Okay. No, not happening. I like ski lodges. And I like the social aspect of ski resorts, but that's about it. So, Jillian, I got to thank you for doing this. This is a nerve-wracking thing when you're not used to it. You did a beautiful job, and I think for clients of BFG to be able to put a voice and a face with a name and sort of get to know you a little bit as a human being, I think is a wonderful thing. So. Yeah. I really appreciate you doing this, and I know you're headed for stardom, and I hope you're very careful on ski slope, because that sounds terrifying to those of us who don't participate in that activity.
I'll be careful so I can be back to work on Monday.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of you for listening and watching today. If you enjoy our show, please subscribe so we can continue to be a part of your path to financial independence. We'll be back next week with another engaging guest, and in 2 weeks with another entry in our Diary of a Financial Advisor. For now, this is your host, Eric Brotman, reminding you, don't retire, graduate.
Securities offered through Kestra Investment Services, LLC, Kestra IS, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Kestra Advisory Services, LLC, Kestra AS, an affiliate of Kestra IS. Kestra IS or Kestra AS are not affiliated with Brotman Financial or any other entity discussed.